Yo, what's going on, everybody? Los here, coming at you with another unboxing video. This one is a CGC unboxing, so everybody knows what this bad boy is. So, I previously did a video of books that I was submitting, came back, and yeah, stick around for the video. See you in a bit. Whew. Damn, this was a heavy box. Shit. Oh, shit. Forgot. I don't have an intro video. So, let's get right into this, alright? I'm gonna crack this guy open. We can see what we got. So, disclaimer, before we pop these guys open, all these books are actually for sale, right? So, I actually went ahead and actually looked at all the grades already. Just because, you know, I wanted to get some prices and stuff like that. That being said, let's depending on how they put these guys, alright. The thing is, there was actually a couple of curveballs in here, right? So the first time I did the video of books that I was actually submitting, some of them, either because it took so long for me to send them in, prices actually started dropping on them or whatever, they kind of cooled down. So what I did is I actually took them off the list and put in other books that I felt, you know, were selling a little better. So there might be some books a little different than the original ones that were sent in. So let's check it out. So the first one here is Astonishing XMen number 3. So this bad boy kind of got hot as the first Abigail Brand, right? So, you know, with sword and everything happened and stuff like that. So this book kind of took off a little bit. I believe in CGC 9.8s, they are still selling pretty good. Raw copies kind of dropped. I actually found this at a flea market, and I forgot how much I paid for it, but I'm pretty sure it was like $2 or something like that. Cleaned and pressed it. It, you know, had a nice shot at a 9.8. So happy about that. Oh, again, you know, you're always happy to find those flea market finds, and you know what I mean. So it's always a plus. This next one, I think I also had this in the submission video, and this is the Marvel 1. Marvel Now .1, number 1, the Joe Quesada sketch variant, and I bought this a while ago, and I mean, it looked pretty good. I'm seeing now that there are a few spine ticks in the back that I must have missed. I might have been in a little rush to kind of send this guy in, so that was my fault. But it still came back as a 9.6. So not too bad. I believe if I would have pressed those two creases out in the back, I mean, I don't know if you'll be able to see them, but they're right on the spine. Sorry about that. There's somewhere on the spine there along here. I mean, like I said, it's going to be really tough to see in the case. There you go. There's one right there. And then there's another one. And I believe if I would have pressed those out, it would have probably came back a 9.8. But, you know, you win some, you lose some, right? Next up, I'm going to throw this to the side because that's actually not my book. I have two books in here that were actually my brother's books, just to throw them in the submission. So, oh, that's funny. This is a good one. All right, that's a good one. He's gonna enjoy that. So we'll save that for later. But that was pretty funny. And you see what I'm talking about. This one, I want to say this was one that I switched out for one of the other books. I don't think this was in the original submission video. And that is Marvel Age number 82. This is a, you know, Marvel preview book. And, you know, with all preview books, this is technically, it's probably not going to be there, yeah. They won't say it, but this, some people consider this the first appearance of Cable and Strife. So it's kind of like that, what the the Miles Morales, the whole Ultimate Fallout 4, or the Marvel Preview 95 or whatever the hell it is. It's similar to that. Again, cleaned and pressed it. Thought it came out pretty good. There is a couple of ticks in the back again that I probably could have got out with a little more time, but I feel like I might have rushed it a little bit and could potentially came out a 9.8 because they're not color breaking. But it still came back in 9.6 white pages, which still a good grade for this book, right? Especially these preview books that most people didn't really care about because it was a preview book, right? I mean, they didn't really care about it. It wasn't really a comic or anything like that. So people treated them kind of crappy. This next one is just a cool ass Spawn sketch cover. It's 271. It's one of the those low. It's a wraparound cover as well. So I'll show you after I show you the grade. But it's definitely one of those books that it's a low print run. How Spawn had a bunch of those low print runs, but it's a sketch cover. Beautiful cover. I forgot what I got this for, but it wasn't very expensive at all. Clean and press it. Those white covers are really tough to get, but boom, 9.8 white pages, and there's the back wraparound cover there. So I believe in the back over here somewhere, and like in the middle, there was some dirt and stuff like that I was able to clean off. Also along the spine here, there was also some dirt stains just from people holding the book, and was able to get that cleaned off and pressed out, and yeah, 9.8. So definitely take that. Next up is a book that I bought. This book at this was one of the books that I bought at C2E2 last year when I was there, and that is Green Lantern number 25. If anybody knows this book, it's been kind of spiking in price because of the Green Lantern series that's potentially coming out on HBO Max, or not potentially, but it is. And there is, just a crap ton of characters, first appearances in this book. There is also, I believe, like a 1 in 10 incentive, or 1 in 25 that kind of goes for pretty good money too. But found this for really cheap. I want to say, I knew it didn't have a chance at a 9.8. I was hoping maybe I kind of got away with one, but I know there was like, just like some color rub like right here and then down at the bottom there. I pressed it as good as I can, cleaned it, but still came back in 9.6 white pages. So I am happy with that, especially for knowing that this book was probably not going to come back in 9.8, unless it somebody kind of glossed over it, but they caught it, which it's fair enough. I'm still happy with that. Next is Justice League number 50, and this, I believe, is the first full appearance of Jessica Cruz as a Green Lantern. Like, she actually dons Green Lantern. So this book started taking off a little bit as well, again because of the spec from the Green Lantern series that's coming out on HBO Max. And I got this one on the cheap on eBay, pressed it out, cleaned it. It looked pretty good. Had a chance at a 9.8, what I thought, and boom, came back at 9.8 white pages. So definitely take that. That's a good one. Some of these books, most of these are going to be for sale. Some of them I'm going to hold on to, especially with the waiting for some shows or series to come out. So we'll see. This next one is one that I definitely knew was not going to be a 9.8, right? It already had some issues with it. I tried to clean it as best I could, try to press it, and it is what it is. I do see one little kind of like divot in the back here. Oh, and I see another kind of crease here. So I was hoping 9.2, 9.4. I knew it was not going to be a 9.6 or even a 9.8. So, but still a good book. I do still have a raw copy of this, so I have the entire series, first series, so I'm fine with it. And that is Kanto number 1, right? This is the one that has the infamous, crap here that's all like banged up and stuff like that. So it's definitely tough to get 9.8s in these. I do have one that does have all those folds here. non-color breaking, but they're all there. This one didn't have it as much, so I thought maybe this had a better chance, but in the back there was some stuff there. But it came back 9.0 white pages, which is fine, because like I said, there's like a little ding in here, and then there's some other stuff over here. So, I mean, it not terrible, right? I mean, I'm okay with that. So those two I'm gonna save for last, because those are just some really cool ass books. This next one got extremely hot because of a show that's coming out very soon, or by the time this video posts, it will be out already, and that is Captain America #6, the variant cover. Right, so you have the other one with Captain America facing the other side, and you could kind of put them side by side. But this is the first appearance of Winter Soldier, and obviously this book just kind of skyrocketed. I was fortunate enough to get this on the cheap, and I have 2 copies of this guy. So I'm definitely happy. I have one raw copy, and then I have this guy. So first full appearance of Winter Soldier, and I had a feeling this probably wasn't going to come back a 9.8, because there was some wrinkles and stuff on the top or whatever. So it was like, but it was still a good book no matter what, and it came back 9.6 white pages, which I am still happy about that, because it's still a great grade for this book, especially now. Next, we have another book that I don't know. I feel like this could probably be another book for the hold pile. Just because of the characters that are on here, and the team with the MCU going a certain way, more female-centric, female-led, and that is A-Force #1. This is the, I believe this is the Jorge Molina cover. It's a 1 in 25. And this one, I want to say I found for, a couple of bucks, maybe $10 or something like that. Thought I had a very good chance at a 9.8, cleaned it, pressed it, and boom. So 9.8 white pages, so definitely a cool book to have. It sells for pretty good money now, but it's one of those things where I feel like maybe, if it comes up in the future and there's a movie or whatever, in the TV show, and you have some of these characters on it, that book can kind of take off. Another book that kind of needs no introduction, Hellerism III. This is the first full appearance there of Punchline. So here you go. Everybody knows this book. This one, funny story, this was the last copy at my LCS when I got there. I just happened to grab this one. It was behind a bunch of other books, but I saw the orange on the side there, so I knew exactly that was the one. So I snagged this one, and yeah, was happy to get that. It was pretty clean, but I did do a quick little press, and boom, 9.8 white pages. So happy about that one. That's a book that's still moving, because she's a character that's still fairly popular. Next is a book that, this one I want to say I was probably a little disappointed in, because I thought it had potential, right? And it was a character that's probably could be more utilized, I guess, or something like that, or they're trying to introduce him a little more, and that is Venom #9, first full appearance of Dylan Brock. And it just, this book, I really don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, I bought it right off the rack for cover price, and it was pretty clean, and I still can't really see anything on it. I mean, there was a 9.8 in there that had like one little tick, and it was still a 9.8. This guy has nothing, and it came back a 9.6, which that was a little disappointing to me. So I'm like, okay, it could be one of those things where you crack it out, resend it, and don't do anything, and it still gets a 9.8. Who knows? But whatever. It's still a decent book. Like I said, I bought it for cover price. So this next one is a book again that I bought for cover, but this character is starting to heat up again. I was never able to attain the first print, but I got the second print. And with second print's all the rage and everything going crazy, and these being lower print counts and everything, was like, hey, you know what? Good time to kind of send this in. This one, I believe, does have the digital, like little barcode thing, or the little digital sticker inside. So when you're, pressing these guys, make sure that you kind of put, board on either side of that guy, so you don't press it and then leave an indent on your book, and do a little lighter press on these guys. So did that on this one, and boom, 98 white pages. So happy with that, because if this character tends to pop, or they're talking about maybe a TV show or whatever, you never know, right? So it was a good time to throw that in there. This next one is definitely a surprise, right? I was not anticipating this one to be this great. I cleaned it and pressed it as best I could, but there was some staining in the back and stuff, and I was like, that's not coming out. It presents well, but I was like 6.5, 7.0 at best, because just of what it had, and that is Amazing Spider-Man 194, First Black Cat. It looks good, right? It presents well, but there was some, some stuff on the back and stuff, but I was like, whatever. It's still a decent grade, but it came back in 8.0, which was shocking me. Off-white to white pages, but yeah, I was definitely not expecting an 8.0 by any means. So I'm definitely happy with that one. So again, you win some, you lose some, right? I got some that were lower, not drastically, but I knew they weren't going to be 9.8s anyway. So I was like, not a big deal. But again, that one was a big one. I was like, holy shit. So I'll take that. And these next ones are, the hottest series on the planet, basically. And something's killing the children, right? This is number 4, the second print. I bought both of these. I bought number 4 and number 3 second prints off the shelf, cover price, because I missed out on the first print, right? So I went in there and they had them both, and I was like, hey, you know what? I kind of like the covers, the second print covers for both of these guys. So I snagged them both, cover price. They look clean as hell. Did a quick press on them. Nothing too much. This one, both of them have less than 900 print count on these guys. This one, there are, I want to say, less than 15 on the census, on the CGC census. And there's less than 10, I believe, 9.8s on there or something like that. And there's one of them. So definitely a rare book there. But, this series has been absolutely bonkers. And these books, the prices on these books have been just skyrocketing on them, especially a lot of these second, third, fourth printings that just the print runs are so low on them. And then here's the other one. There's number 3, the second print, the Bloodbath cover. This one, I love this cover, right? This was the one, when I saw this, I was like, I saw the original third print, or the first printing, number 3, and it was awful. Like, it's not a good cover at all, and that one's selling for crazy money now. This one was way better, and I believe this one probably has like 30 something copies on the census, and there's one of the 9.8s on there. But yeah, these two, extremely low print run. Those are crazy, but I was definitely happy with those two 9.8s. I was anticipating 9.8s on those two guys because they were just that clean. So if there would have been anything less than that, I would have been pissed. Alright, so that's it for my books, right? I'm going to show my brother's books. I think he'll be okay with that. So nothing too crazy. But he wanted to get a Young Justice, number 1. So this book is seeing a little, pickup, especially with these characters kind of potentially being in the HBO Max or something like that. So, definitely seeing some pickup on it. It was pretty clean copy. He pressed it, but it got 9.6 white pages. Don't know why. It looks pretty damn clean. Oh, I can see just a little, tick up here in the back, right up there. You see that little color right there. So I'm pretty sure he probably got dinged for that, which you know, again, fair enough, right? This one is funny. He's gonna like this. So he also got the. This was cover A, right? That was cover A. He also got cover B, right? He wanted the set. And this, you know, the second cover is pretty cool, right? I do like the second cover. That's the second cover right there, right? That's the second cover. But if you notice, why am I holding it like this, right? If that's the cover, right? It was a 9/8, right? Wait, that's the front cover, right? You can see the barcode. You can see that. There's the 9/8. That's the back cover in the front. There's no barcode. That's the front of the book. You see the DC logo. You see the, you know, $4.99. That's the front. This is the front of the CGC label. Yeah. Nice quality control, guys. Way to know that that's the front and back of the book there. So, you know, again, I use CGC a lot. Obviously, the resale value of CGCs are better than everybody else. CBCS and a couple other companies are starting to like catch up a little bit, but CGC is still the top, right? You know, they're still the big dog. Their books still command the highest prices and stuff. And I know since they've done the in-house signings, they've been flooded with books, right? They get a crap ton of books all the time. And, you know, I get that, right? I understand, but this is something that you guys wanted, right? You put this on yourself, right? You wanted all these books. You wanted this income, this revenue. You claim you have quality control and all this stuff, but again, when you see stuff like this where a book is, you know, backwards in the holder, you get books that are in the wrong cases with the wrong labels. You get cases that have broken chips inside of them. Somebody just posted that they had a bug, a dead, you know, squished bug inside one of their cases. You know, just all types of these errors that shouldn't happen if you have quality control, right? That's what they're there for. So, you know, it makes people wonder if they're doing quality control on like batches, right? It's not like they don't do it for every single book because there's so many of them. They say, okay, 1 out of every 25 books we check, and if that book is good, then this entire bundle is good, and we just send it on. Who knows, right? I mean, I'm just speculating at this point, but when you have so many misses like this and so many mess ups, that one of the conclusions that I'm coming to is maybe that's what they're doing, right? You know, they're like, okay, we have, you know, these thousands, tens of thousands of books, right? We can't quality check all of them, right? But we can do batches, and but that's when you start missing stuff, right? And I understand that they're, you know, potentially hiring people or whatever, but yeah, it's nuts, right? When you're claiming to be the top dog, you know, shit like this shouldn't happen. And the one thing that CGC does get a bad rap for is that they don't take ownership of shit, right? And they mess up and they're like, yeah, whatever, we don't care. We're so big, you know, you're a lesser, you know, customer. You don't really, you know, do a lot of business with us, so we don't really care. We know you're gonna come back to us. But I'm pretty sure if one of the, you know, top dogs that, you know, send in, you know, $10,000 worth of books, or, you know, 20,000, whatever, I'm pretty sure if they complained about something, they'll probably do something. But, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, you know, it's just funny and stuff like that still happens, right? But that was my unboxing, guys. Hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed the books, and be on the lookout for these books. They will be for sale. Like I said, some of them will be posted probably, you know, now, soon. Some of them will be posted later because they're holds for, you know, TV shows, movies, or whatever that might pop up. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.